Hi everyone, I'm Mumu from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you the crocheting method for the knitwear tote braided style. This bag is divided into several parts: the bottom, the body of the bag, and the accessories. Let's start with the bottom. We will start from foundation chain. First work back and forth to crochet the main part, then crochet in rounds for the edging. During the process, you'll need to cut and sew the grid board. The stitches used are chain, single crochet and slip stitch. Watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Take the corresponding yarn. The sample is made to help you see more clearly, so I'm using cotton yarn for this demonstration. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Start by casting on. First make a knot. Adjust it. Then crochet chain stitches. Remember, the chains can be a bit loose. The number of chains for the swatch is random. For the exact number of chains, please refer to the pattern. This completes the starting chain. Now move on to row 1 of the main part. First, make 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. It doesn't count as 1 stitch. Then find the second to last chain. On the right side, the chain looks like this braid. There's a carrying yarn on the wrong side, which we call the inner mountain. Insert your hook into the inner mountain and make 1 single crochet. Continue down, correspondingly work single crochets into the inner mountains. Complete this row. After completing it, the side with clearer texture will be considered the right side of the fabric. That is, the side where the starting yarn tail is on the left-hand side. Continue to crochet row 2. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. Pick up stitches, and work single crochets correspondingly into each stitch. Pay attention that on the wrong side, the stitches are at the upper left. Row 2 is complete. Move on to row 3. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Turn the work. Work single crochets evenly into each stitch. Row 3 is complete. You can see the fabric forms one row on the right side and one row on the wrong side texture. Count rows according to this texture. Continue working single crochets back and forth following the method of rows 2-3. Complete the main part. While crocheting, put together with the dimensions given in the pattern chart. Adjust your tension according to actual conditions to avoid affecting the finished product's dimensions. Once the main part is complete, next you'll need to trim the grid board. Here I'm using a swatch for demonstration. Size is random. Please pay attention and follow the actual project in your hands. You can secure the fabric to the grid board with stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use safety pins or paper clips instead. Trim along the fabric's edge. Be careful not to cut the yarn. Remove the fabric. Try to trim the edges as neatly as possible. Now the grid board is ready. The main part has also been explained. Next, we'll add the edging. Here I'm using a swatch for demonstration. Make one beginning chain to start. Turn the work. Pick up stitches, and work single crochets into each stitch evenly. After completing, work single crochets corresponding to the side seams. Also make one single crochet at the previous insertion point here. Then pick up the chain spaces between rows along the edge. Work single crochets correspondingly. Pay attention to skip one hole in approximately the center position. You can adjust the exact placement of the skipped stitch as needed. The total number of stitches in this round should match the pattern chart. After finishing the last hole, at the insertion point of the last single crochet of the first row, make 2 single crochets. Continue picking up the insertion points of the first row, work single crochets into each stitch correspondingly. Perfectly aligned. Pick up the remaining strands from the chain stitch. Weave in the yarn tails together. Make 2 single crochets at the last insertion point. Continue working single crochets corresponding to the side seams. Pay attention to skip a stitch at approximately the middle position. Finally, at the insertion point of the first single crochet, make 1 single crochet. You can check the stitch count now. After confirming it's correct, go to the first single crochet, pick up the stitch and make 1 slip stitch. Tighten the joining slip stitch at the end of the round. To prevent accidentally adding extra stitches later, cut the yarn, make 1 chain stitch to secure, pull a large loop, leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Pull tight. This completes the edging. Finally, sew the grid board onto the backside of the bag bottom. Here I'll continue to demonstrate with a swatch. Take a piece of same color yarn as the bag bottom, thread the needle. The swatch uses random colors. Tie a knot at the yarn end. Place the grid board on the wrong side of the bag bottom. You can secure it with stitch markers. Then follow the insertion points of the edging stitches. Sew the grid board's edge grids together. You can also just pick up the surface threads to sew. Like this. This way, the sewing won't be visible on the front side. Choose according to your preference. Just make sure it's securely fastened. Pay attention not to sew into the edging stitches. The method here for the swatch is random. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Now the grid board is sewn on. The bottom part of the bag has been explained. Now let's move on to the body of the bag. First, work back and forth in rounds on the bottom to crochet section 1. Then join yarn and work back and forth to crochet section 2. Finally, work back and forth in the reserved areas to crochet section 3. And connect it with section 2. You'll need to switch colors during the process. Several new stitch techniques are used. All are marked on the chart, so we won't list them all here. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, work round 1 of section 1. Here you need to join the yarn again. Find the left side of the yarn tail. On the long edge of the bottom front side, both sides. Work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Move toward the center and find the stitch just left of center. You can mark it with a stitch marker. Check the stitch count on both sides. The right side should have 1 more stitch. Or you can, depending on the actual situation, find the middle position and mark it. Join the yarn in the 3rd stitch to the left of it. Start by making a knot. Pull through a loop. Adjust it slightly. Joining the yarn is complete. Begin with 2 chains as beginning chain. These 2 chains don't count as one stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the same position. Front post double crochet in the left single crochet stitch. Yarn over. Insert into the single crochet below. Come out at the left stitch. Draw the yarn through. Slightly enlarge the loop. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. Front post double crochet is complete. Height should match the right side approximately. Continue making double crochets on the left stitch. Note that this is exactly the stitch position where the previous front post double crochet came out. Position where it came out. Don't make a mistake. Make another front post double crochet. Yarn over. Insert into the corresponding single crochet below. Come out at the left stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Repeat this pattern respectively. Front post double crochet completed. Below, continue alternating crocheting double crochets and front post double crochets. Crochet all the way to the 4th stitch on the right side of the stitch marker. When reaching the slip stitch position, simply pass through the stitch and crochet as usual. Weave in the yarn tails together. Arrived at the corresponding position. Just finished the front post double crochet. Continue to correspondingly make 6 double crochets. Finally, work 1 slip stitch into the first double crochet stitch of the round. Slightly tighten. The first round is complete. Move on to round 2. Make a turning chain of 2 chains to begin, corresponding to the beginning chain of the previous round. Turn the work piece. To prevent the texture from angling, this round needs to be crocheted on the wrong side. First, pick up the stitch and correspondingly make 6 double crochets. After completing, the symbol below is for front post double crochet. The chart shows the texture on the right side of the fabric. On the wrong side, you need to crochet the opposite stitch. Here, work a back post double crochet. Yarn over. From behind, pick up the chain below from right to left. Make 1 double crochet. The back post double crochet is complete. Pay attention to keep the height consistent with the right side. You can turn it over to check. The texture matches up with the one below. On the left side, work a double crochet corresponding to the double crochet, mindful not to hook into the stitch that corresponds to the chain. On the next chain, continue and make 1 back post double crochet. Yarn over. From behind, pick up the chain below from right to left. Make 1 double crochet. The back post double crochet is completed. In the back, work a double crochet corresponding to each double crochet. Work a back post double crochet corresponding to each chain. Complete this round. After completing the last back post double crochet, work 1 double crochet in the last double crochet stitch, which is the slip stitch joining spot from the previous round. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet stitch to finish. The second round is complete. Now work round 3. Start with 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Correspondingly make a double crochet in each double crochet. Make a front post double crochet corresponding to each chain. Here, pick up the chain below from the front and crochet into it. Continue correspondingly making double crochets and front post double crochets in the following stitches. Complete this round. For the last consecutive double crochet stitches, work a double crochet in each. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet to finish. The third round is complete. Repeat rounds 2 to 3, crocheting in rounds back and forth. Refer to the previous demonstration. Follow the chart and complete it. After completing, keep the working yarn as it will be used later. Here, pull up a large loop. Place a stitch marker to prevent coming loose. Leave the yarn tail unsecured for now. For other short yarn tails that are not yet secured, weave them in on the wrong side. Complete this part accordingly. That concludes the explanation for section 1. Move on to crocheting section 2. Here I'll demonstrate using a swatch. Fewer rounds, mainly to show the technique. For row 1, you need to join new yarn. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Make a beginning chain of 2 chains. This counts as 1 stitch. Corresponds to the double crochet below. Then work a front post double crochet into the left side chain. Make a double crochet into the double crochet. Repeat these 2 stitches 3 times. Then make a right slanting 2 treble crochet front post stitch crossed with 2 treble crochets. For convenience in explanation, we'll call it right slanting 2 TRFPDC cross from now on. First skip 2 stitches. Pick the next stitch and make 1 treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Treble crochet completed. In the next stitch, continue with 1 treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Treble crochet completed. Then on the 2 skipped stitches. On the chain stitch to the right, work 1 front post treble crochet. Yarn over twice. From front, pick up the chain from right to left. Work 1 treble crochet. Completed a front post treble crochet. You can lift it up and check. The front post treble crochet is in front. It does not wrap around the back treble crochet. Continue on the skip double crochet. Work 1 front post treble crochet. Yarn over twice. From front, pick up the stitch from right to left. Work 1 treble crochet. Completed a front post treble crochet. The 2 crossed front post treble crochets on the upper right are done. The chain made on the right side is now on top. Continue picking up stitches and work 5 double crochets. Pay attention not to pick up in the wrong position. After completing, work 1 front post double crochet on the left side double crochet. Just pick up and crochet into this double crochet stitch. Continue with 16 double crochets. Once done, work 1 right side up 2 double crochet front post double crochet. This forms a crossed stitch with 2 double crochets. From now on, we'll call this crossed stitch a skip and cross stitch. First skip 3 stitches, correspondingly make 2 double crochets. You can keep the tension a bit loose on these crossing stitch positions. This helps keep the fabric flat and neat. Then, on the very first stitch, at the far left of the skipped section, work 1 double crochet. Pay attention to pick up the stitch from the front when crocheting. Do not wrap around the back stitches. Next, on the 2 skipped stitches on the right side, work 2 front post double crochets. Start by picking up and crocheting the right side stitch first. Once completed, the skip and cross stitch is done. Continue by correspondingly making 16 double crochets. One front post double crochet, 5 double crochets, From now on, we'll call it left upper front post treble crochets worked below, 2 stitch crossing. First, skip 2 stitches and work 2 front post treble crochets worked below. After completing, pick up the 2 skipped stitches from behind. Correspondingly make 2 treble crochets. Once completed, the left upper Pt1 below 2 stitch crossing is done. Continue with 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 chain. From now on, we'll call it left upper 3 stitch crossing. Skip 4 stitches below. Correspondingly make 3 front post treble crochets worked below. Then, on the 3 stitches to the left of the skipped ones, correspondingly make 3 treble crochets. Insert the hook from behind here. The left upper 3-stitch crossing is now complete. Notice that under the chain, 1 stitch is skipped correspondingly. Don't crochet in the wrong place. Next is the right upper 3 treble crochet front post stitch crossed with 3 treble crochets. From now on, we'll call it right upper 3-stitch crossing. First skip 3 stitches and correspondingly make 3 treble crochets. Then, in front, pick up the 3 skipped stitches. Correspondingly make 3 front post treble crochets. The right upper 3-stitch crossing is now completed. Continue with 1 chain. Skip 1 stitch. Correspondingly make 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, 1 double crochet. Next, make 1 right upper treble crochet front post stitch with 2 stitch crossing. First skip 2 stitches and work 2 treble crochets. Then, in front, pick up the 2 skipped stitches, work 2 front post treble crochets. The right upper treble crochet front post stitch with 2 stitch crossing is completed. Continue with 5 double crochets. One front post double crochet, 16 double crochets. Next, make 1 skip stitch crossing stitch. First skip 3 stitches, correspondingly make 2 double crochets. Then, in the leftmost stitch of the skipped section, work 1 double crochet. Note, pick up the stitch from the front and crochet. Next, on the 2 skipped stitches to the right, correspondingly make 2 front post double crochets. Once done, the skip stitch crossing stitch is completed. Continue correspondingly make 16 double crochets. One front post double crochet, 5 double crochets, one left slanting treble crochet front post stitch with 2 stitch crossing. First skip 2 stitches, correspondingly make 2 front post treble crochets. After completing, pick up the 2 skipped stitches from behind. Correspondingly make 2 treble crochets. Once completed, the left slanting treble crochet front post stitch with 2 stitch crossing is finished. Into the double crochet stitch, where the left side front post treble crochet was worked. Work 1 double crochet. Then on the left side, pick up the chain and correspondingly make a front post double crochet, correspondingly make a double crochet into the double crochet stitch. Repeat 4 times. After completing, leave 5 stitches unworked on the left side. Row 1 is complete. You can see the crocheting method on the bag body sides is identical. We will use the side with the skipped stitches as the front of the bag body. The crochet method on both sides at the back is almost the same as the crochet method on both sides at the front. We use this chain stitch as the boundary. To divide the left and right front panels. Back panel and side edges. Here, left and right are relative to wearing position of a garment. Continue crocheting row 2. Make 2 beginning chains to start. Turn the work. Correspondingly make a back post double crochet into the chain stitch. Correspondingly make a double crochet into the double crochet stitch. After completing 4 back post double crochets, crochet 3 double crochets. Then follow the chart symbol, 2 treble crochets front post crossing at top left. On the wrong side, read the pattern chart from left to right. Skip 2 stitches and crochet 2 treble crochets. Then behind, insert hook into the chain below. Correspondingly make 2 back post double crochets. Yarn over twice. From back to front, pick up the corresponding chain from right to left. Crochet 1 treble crochet. Back post double crochet completed. Continue crocheting the second back post double crochet. Yarn over twice. From behind, pick up the corresponding chain. Crochet 1 treble crochet. Back post double crochet completed. This crossing of 2 front post treble crochets at top left is now complete. You can turn it over and check. The texture matches the crossing texture below. The chain texture is continuous. Later, when crocheting the crossing stitch on the wrong side, always follow the stitch sequence from left to right. All chain textures are on the right side. Continue with 3 double crochets. One back post double crochet. Now reaching the side edge position. Crochet 1 double crochet decrease. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets correspondingly. Yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. First stitch completed. Continue to crochet the second stitch. Yarn over. Insert the hook into the adjacent stitch. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Second stitch completed. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The double crochet decrease is done. Continue correspondingly make double crochet. When 2 double crochets remain. Next is the crossing of 2 front post double crochets upper right with 2 double crochets. Later as right upper FPDC 2 stitch crossing. First skip 2 stitches. Pick up these 2 CHS. Correspondingly make 2 back post double crochets. Then in front pick up the skipped stitches. Correspondingly make 2 double crochets. Here also do not wrap. Right upper FPDC 2 stitch crossing completed. Continue with 1 double crochet. Mindful to find the correct stitch. Next is 1 left upper 2 front post, double crochets with 2 double crochets crossing stitch, later as left upper FPDC 2 stitch crossing. First skip 2 stitches, work 2 double crochets. Then behind pick up these 2 double crochets. Correspondingly make 2 back post double crochets. This part might be a bit tricky to crochet, need to be a little more patient. After completion, the left upper FPDC 2 stitch crossing is done. You can turn it over and check whether the texture matches the chart. Continue to correspondingly make double crochets. When there are 2 stitches remaining, work 1 double crochet decrease. First make 2 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. That completes the double crochet decrease. The side seam position is now finished. Move on to 1 back post double crochet. 3 double crochets. Next is the right upper treble crochet front post stitch 2 stitch crossing. First skip 2 stitches, correspondingly make 2 back post treble crochets. Then pick up the skip 2 stitches from the front. Work 2 treble crochets. The right upper treble crochet front post stitch 2 stitch crossing is complete. Continue with 3 double crochets. One back post double crochet. 1 double crochet. 1 chain. From the previous row, pick up the chain below. Correspondingly make 3 back post double crochets. On the treble crochet, correspondingly work a double crochet. On the chain stitch, correspondingly make 3 back post double crochets. After completing, in the chain space, work 1 chain. Next, continue to crocheting according to the pattern chart. Pay attention when you reach the crossing stitch position. Follow the order from left to right. Refer to the chart. The chain texture should be on the right side. After completing the last back post double crochet into the beginning chain, pick up the top 2 strands of the chain. Work 1 double crochet. Row 2 is complete. Continue to row 3. Make 2 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work. Refer to the chart, work front post double crochet and double crochet. Complete the starting section's chain position. Continue to correspondingly make 5 double crochets. One right slanting treble crochet front post stitch with crossing 2 stitches. One double crochet. One front post double crochet. Then work 1 double crochet decrease. The corresponding number of double crochets. Up to this point, 2 double crochets remain. Work 1 left slanting double crochet front post stitch with crossing 2 stitches. First skip 2 stitches, correspondingly make 2 front post double crochets. Then pick up the skipped stitches from behind. Correspondingly make 2 double crochets. Left slanting double crochet front post stitch with crossing 2 stitches completed. You can see the texture here matches the crossing stitches below. Chain texture matched up. Continue to crochet 5 double crochets. One right slanting double crochet front post stitch with crossing 2 stitches. First skip 2 stitches, work 2 double crochets. Then pick up the chain from the front. Correspondingly make 2 front post double crochets. Right slanting double crochet front post stitch with crossing 2 stitches completed. You can see on the right side, the cross stitches follow the order from right to left. Just crochet the corresponding stitch pattern accordingly, and all chains are on the front side. Continue to follow the pattern chart for crocheting afterward. Pay attention to the middle position of the back body when crocheting. Don't miss the chain stitches. Continue decreasing stitches on both sides at the side edges, except for the center of the back body. The texture of the chains is continuous. Don't crochet the wrong stitch. Last double crochet worked into the beginning chain. Pick up both strands of the top chain stitch to crochet. Row 3 completed. Move on to row 4. Make 2 chain stitches as beginning chain. Turn the work. Refer to the pattern and crochet back post double crochets and double crochets. After completing, continue with 3 double crochets. One popcorn stitch made of 5 double crochets. First work 5 double crochets into the left stitch. Once completed, remove the hook. Insert into the first double crochet stitch. Draw the yarn loop through. At the same time push the fabric toward the right side. Adjust the tension slightly, then chain 1 as a transition. 1 5DC popcorn stitch is completed. From now on it will be referred to simply as popcorn stitch. Continue crocheting the corresponding stitch patterns according to the chart. Reaching the middle position of the side edge. Here 3 double crochets are completed. Skip 1 stitch below. This is the symbol for front post double crochet with 3 double crochets in 1 stitch. On the wrong side, work back post double crochet increasing 3 double crochets in 1 stitch, meaning crochet 3 back post double crochets into the same stitch. Pay attention to the skipped stitch. After completion, the back post double crochet 3 in 1 is done. Continue skipping 1 stitch and crocheting according to the chart. Reaching the back piece position. I'll demonstrate the popcorn stitch technique once again. First work 5 double crochets into the left stitch. After completing, remove the hook, insert into the first double crochet stitch. Draw through the previous loop. At the same time push the fabric up to the right side. Adjust a bit. Chain 1 as a bridge. 1 popcorn stitch is completed. Continue with 3 double crochets. One back post double crochet. 1 double crochet. 1 chain. Next is the right side 3-stitch crossing symbol. Crocheting on the wrong side here, first skip 3 stitches. Correspondingly make 3 treble crochets back post. Then pick up the skipped stitches from the front. Correspondingly make 3 treble crochets. Right side 3-stitch crossing is completed. Next is the left side 3-stitch crossing. Similarly, follow the pattern from left to right. First skip 3 stitches and work 3 treble crochets. Then pick up the 3 skipped stitches from behind. Correspondingly make 3 treble crochets back post. Left side 3-stitch crossing is completed. Continue to follow the pattern and finish this row. Work the last double crochet into the beginning chain. Row 4 is complete. Continue to crochet row 5. Make 2 chain stitches as beginning chain. Turn the work. Follow the pattern chart and crochet the corresponding stitch pattern. When reaching the popcorn stitch position, pick up the secured chain stitch from above. Work 1 double crochet. The stitch on the left side is the first double crochet of the popcorn stitch. Leave the stitch unworked. You can also follow your own habit. Pick a suitable position for the popcorn stitch and crochet accordingly. Just make sure the stitch count matches the chart. Continue crocheting downward. When reaching the middle of the side edge, after completing these 3 double crochets, work 1 chain into the 3 chains below. Work 1 front post double crochet, 3 stitches together. First correspondingly make 3 incomplete front post double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook into the corresponding chain. Work an incomplete double crochet. First stitch completed. Continue to the second stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the corresponding chain. Work an incomplete double crochet. Second stitch completed. Finally work 1 more stitch. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once after completing. The front post double crochet, 3 stitches together is now done. Continue with 1 chain. Starting from the left side stitch, follow the pattern chart. Reach the other side edge. I'll demonstrate the front post double crochet, 3 stitches together technique once again. Don't miss the chain stitch here. First correspondingly make 3 incomplete front post double crochets. Finally yarn over and draw through in once. The front post double crochet, 3 stitches together is now complete. Continue with 1 chain stitch. Follow the pattern chart to finish this row. After completing the last double crochet, row 5 is completed. Continue to crochet row 6. Make a beginning chain of 2 chains. Turn the work. Refer to the pattern and crochet the corresponding stitch techniques. Pay attention when you reach a chain stitch at the side edge. Insert the hook into the chain space and make a double crochet. Continue to finish this row. Row 6 is completed. From now on, continue working back and forth according to the chart. Note that the alternate crossed stitches in row 8 are crocheted on the wrong side. Here I'll demonstrate the technique using a swatch. Only part of it is crocheted. First skip 3 stitches. Correspondingly make 2 back post double crochets. Then move forward to the middle double crochet. Work 1 double crochet. Finally move forward again to the 2 skipped stitches. Make 2 double crochets. The alternate crossed stitch is complete. Continue working back and forth from now on. At row 21, the middle sections of the front and back bodies are all double crochets. Refer to the chart. Continue all the way down to the end of row 21. Now I'll demonstrate row 22 using a swatch. This swatch has fewer rows, so some positions are omitted. In reality, you should complete all stitches. Make a beginning chain of 2 chains. Starting from the stitch on the left, correspondingly make half double crochets. At the end of the front body, crochet 3 double crochets into 3 stitches. Continue to follow the pattern and finish this row. Make the last half double crochet into the beginning chain. Row 22 is complete. For the final row, start with a chain of 2 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Starting from the stitch on the left, correspondingly make double crochets. At the chain position, make a front post double crochet. At the side edge, make 1 DC3 together. First make 3 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The DC3 tog is completed. Continue crocheting according to the chart. After completing the last double crochet, cut the yarn. The final row is complete. Section 2 is now fully explained.